This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Excuse me?
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Wonder what that's like.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Oh?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh!
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Okay.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
And regained his senses. Oh, is this where I actually get to play? Like, I get to do stuff now? Okay. Alright. Alright,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
There's an achievement?
Door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
I don't know if I've done it 20 now. I'm literally just...
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not even doing this for the achievement. I literally just...
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? He's just trying to make me go further! 417, huh? That door doesn't have a number. 417. 417. Where's 417? Because I'm not gonna lie, that's literally all I was doing to begin with. Was I was just doing this.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office.
Yep.
Because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Oh, here we go. Well, 417. Okay, I was like...
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. You better believe I'm doing this. 437's back here. 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415? Where the fruit is 415? I haven't seen a 415. I feel like the narrator right now is just messing with it. I hate Mondays. 416. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
Back to door number 437. This is hilarious. It's literally just because.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I swear, if this does, like, nothing, or it's like they just, like, a little balloon thing.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
418, 419. Oh, hold a second. I can kind of do it, right? I can't climb up on it, though. There's no way to climb. I can crouch.
Yes!
Yes!
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I forgot there was a crouch button.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Hold up. I got an achievement. Click on a door 435 times. And I got an awarded for getting any of the other achievements as your first. Okay, bro. Alright, let's just keep on moving then now. I'm still gonna click on every door. Whoa.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I just have a feeling that one of these doors will be open. The employee lounge, huh?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No, I want a soda. I want a nice Coke Zero. I want a Coke Cherry Zero. How about that?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating
What happened?
that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his... At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Whoa.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I know what I'm supposed to do. Did I break it? What happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Oh, okay.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna... Yep, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I'm not gonna lie, I entered the door on the right and the game broke, so I'm gonna enter the door on the left then. How about we just... I probably shouldn't try to open every...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
not alter
office,
without consulting
hoping he
whiteboard
might find
manager.
an answer there.
Marketing Mondays, legal, boss inspections, week before. What to do about 4:30? Okay. Get rid of funding for a new coffee machine. Everyone is unique. You must all be. Hire some synergy. Who moved my desk? Okay. Ah! Number of slides on the slides. Charts, and slides. Alright, I like the presentation. Bi-quarterly... Okay. Whoa! Told you I could open one of these eventually.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The frick I do. I want to break the game some more. Whoa.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I mean, I feel like I am.
Co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
I'm losing my mind.
To lose his job, he wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Oh.
It was so much fun.
No.
Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Okay.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
My brain hurts.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
How am I going to do that?
This was a dream.
How?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I'm going to be back in my office, aren't I?
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing
I'm going to be back in my office.
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Okay.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So, the end is never the end is never the end is... Wait a minute.